Automated school zone speed cameras continue to frustrate Georgia drivers, with a backlash growing for years. But don't look for any changes in how those cameras operate anytime soon. Fox 5 I-Team reporter Johnny Edwards has been following several proposals to change state law. Johnny.
That's right, Christine, and proposals they remain. The cameras are meant to keep school children safe, but some lawmakers have reported being inundated with complaints from across the state. We had our eye on two bills pending in the legislature, one that would have reformed these automated systems and another that would have thrown them out altogether. If you're one of the people complaining, you'll be disappointed. They stand guard outside schools across Georgia, like centurions, watching, clocking speeds, racking up infractions. Whether you love automated school zone speed cameras.
In my community, in most places, repeat speeding offenses has been reduced by up to 85%.
Or don't love them.
So the total incentive is keep your mouth shut, pay your fine, and let us have your money.
The cameras are here to stay, at least until the 2025-26 school year.
I think the state should go back to the traditional days when we were in school. You'll see a police sitting, you'll see him clocking.
This house is adjourned. Sonny die!
When the clock ran out on this year's session of the Georgia General Assembly, two proposals to change the law on ticketing cars by camera died. Senator John Albers carried one measure, which would have restricted ticketing to times when school zone lights are flashing and required uniform street signs. Also, barring camera companies from profiting based on the volume of tickets.
There will never be an incentive moving forward this bill to have more tickets.
That bill passed unanimously in the House last year, but this year didn't get a Senate vote. State Representative Clay Perkle's proposal to ban the cameras altogether never got out of the Rules Committee.
Now, I don't know why it didn't move. It was roundly received well.
Perkle's bill would have undone the law that allowed the cameras to begin with, passed after midnight on the last day of the 2018 session, reportedly with help from then Speaker of the House David Ralston, whose son Matt lobbied for a speed camera company. Perkle isn't seeking re-election and won't be returning next year, but he says his proposal will be back with a new sponsor.
People are fed up with it.
While police and camera companies say these cameras keep children safe, critics say there's a problem with that argument. If you get a ticket from a uniformed patrol officer, there's an immediate message from the law to slow down. But if you get a ticket from an automatic device, it may take weeks before the driver has any clue, racking up a whole stack of tickets before they know they have one.
This the camera right here that I believe got me.
That's what Gloria Jackson says happened to her. She says she racked up some dozen or more speeding tickets in the city of South Fulton, outside Feldwood Elementary and Hapeville Charter School. She showed us 3 of those tickets.
I slowed down in those areas, tried to slow down as much as possible, thought I was slowing down, but didn't know that I had already racked up many more.
Jackson says she wound up owing more than she could afford. By law, she couldn't renew her car tag registration until she paid up. So she gave her 2016 Honda Civic back to the dealer. Now, driving a rental car.
It's $47 a day, plus you have to pay $300 deposit.
It's sad, it really is. And that's what happens with school zone cameras. You can speed through there for 4 or 5 weeks until you get an infraction, and you might have several. It has not slowed you down for 5 weeks.
To give you an idea how lucrative these cameras are, in South Fulton alone, city data shows they've pulled in more than $14 million since 2020. Camera companies usually get a cut of about 1/3 of each ticket paid. We reached out to the 3 of the big companies operating in Georgia, Red Speed, Blue Line Solutions, and Vera Mobility. None offered any comment on the failure of these 2 bills.
Yeah, and you talked to Matt Ralston lobbying for one of these camera companies. Did lobbyists play a role in these bills not being successful?
That's a good question, and it's entirely possible, but Clay Perkle said he wasn't aware of any concerted effort to lobby against his bill. He said sometimes these things just take a couple of sessions to get through. So, you know, time will tell, and if you're in the anti-camera camp, it might be a lot of time.
Yeah, and you're paying a lot of money. money, like that lady that you interviewed there.
If you don't watch where you drive and you keep getting tickets and keep your foot on the pedal, yeah, you will keep having to pay money.
All right, Johnny, thanks so much.
Thank you.